and we want to find out about the, tea when it gets spilled. This next one is from Side Scrollers, which I do like. Blabs has one weakness, and we triggered it. It's hilarious how much stuff they put this girl through.
Throughout the week as well.
I'd have to check.
I saw this. Look, we produce content on the channel all the time. We try to really think things through and produce really good stuff for you guys. We have a big announcement coming.
As evidenced, I do not do that.
Coming up in August, we have a new event we're going to be doing. We'll tell you guys more about that at the end of August. Looking to share. Very excited about that.
Hoping to change that.
I do have to tip the cap when I see something that I enjoy. I thought was really funny and created some really good viral and exciting content for their audience. And that goes to the folks over at Barstool Sports. Now, they are a giant crew of people over there. This is the place owned by Dave Portnoy.
There you go.
And the other day, they did a crazy stunt where it was called the 99-99-9 challenge. Whoa. The idea being over a 9-inning baseball game, a group of people had to eat 99 hot dogs and drink 99 beers in 9 innings.
I mean, how many people? If it's at least, I was going to say at least 10 people, you figure, okay, that's like 10 hot dogs and 10 beers. 9 innings is potentially a long time. 9 innings can be very short. 9 innings can be like all day. So over an all-day period, a super long baseball game, okay, eating 10 hot dogs, that's nothing. That's fine. That's totally reasonable. 10 beers, depending on how heavy of a drinker you are, that's, you're going to be annihilated, head in the toilet, or, you're not even going to feel it. It's going to be nothing. If there's at least 10 people, I'm going to be a little bit okay with it. If it's anything less than that, I'm like, any less than 9 people, oh, dude. Any less than 9 people, I'm going to be like, you're trying to end somebody's existence.
So Blabs,
that's rough.
That is disgusting. Wait, how many people are involved in
this?
There were quite a few folks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
no,
7,
that's
8,
okay.
9,
That's better.
10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 people associated.
Okay.
With it.
Now, see,
one of those people was
relatively
Joey
okay.
Chestnut. Do you guys know who Joey Chestnut is?
You still have to eat like 7.6 hot dogs each to get 99 hot dogs?
Yeah.
No, I don't like that.
It's okay. It's okay. Again, depending on how long the baseball game is, okay? And I think you can tell, I think the Barstool Sports people, I couldn't tell you, but I think you can generally tell going in, okay, this is going to be a really short game. These two are completely blown out. We've got, a match with like the New York Yankees with pick crappy team. And therefore, the Yankees are just going to blow them out completely immediately. And 9 innings are going to go through in like an hour and a half. Or you can have 2 super incredibly evenly matched, terrible people that are, going to be missing every catch out there. And therefore, they're never going to get 3 outs and they're never going to be, moving innings. And therefore, it's going to be an all-day event. Again, all-day event, 6 hot dogs. I figured like 2 hot dogs is a meal, right? 2 hot dogs is like a meal for a normal person. That's 3 meals. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's not too crazy. And then 6 beers. Again, how big are the beers? You do have to ask that. That's another question. Are they, like sippy cup baseball stadium? Or are they like full pints? That's another question you have to ask. I don't think this is too crazy, though. So far.
So Joey Chestnut, though, is the world hot dog eating champion.
Oh, my God.
There. But the rule was he can't eat any hot dogs. So they did a live stream of this, and I loved the idea of this. This was them. You can see here in the 7th inning, Joey Chestnut says, "This goes against all my rules. This is the downfall of America." As you can see, the trash bags here.
Oh, don't play this. Please do not play this.
Oh.
Do not film people show. No.
Do it.
No.
Do it, Craig.
No.
Come on. There you go. Yes.
I can't. That's so fucking gross.
Can I come back
Okay.
yet? don't. No, come on, Craig. I will throw up. Please don't.
Aw. Do it. Come on.
I'm not looking.
Good freeze frame too. Oh my god.
Get rid of it.
We are simple creatures. We really are.
I'm not watching.
I love it. They have the big industrial trash cans.
Seriously, no. Oh my god.
Stop.
No, stop.
No.
I hope.
Please get rid of it. I'm begging you. Don't. No. Can I come back yet?
Oh god.
Well, look at the face. Look at the disappointment that Joey.
Oh my
Chestnut
god, this
has
is fantastic.
as they're just vomiting. With a mix of
Oh.
dogs and alcohol. Do you want to see their before and afters though?
No.
Because this is no. I think you need to see kind of how they
Joey
how
Chestnut. how
how
they
were before and after. Here we go.
This is me before the 99. I'm Joey Chestnut. This is me after the 99. I'm Dana Beers. This is me before the 99 challenge. What are you asking me? Why are you sticking your fucking camera in my face?
Oh my god.
What do you want? What is this? This is Dana Beers.
All right. I mean, Barstool Sports. I don't love the idea of people getting rich off the backs of desperate people who are just trying to get through life, and they're going, God, you know what? It would be really nice if the Knicks cover the spread and I can make an extra couple dollars this year. You're screwing people out of money, unfortunately. But I mean, hats off to you. Tip of the cap to understanding how to make a viral video.
Oh, well, that's right.
Mhm.
My bad. I'm Dana
Tip of the
Beers
cap
after
at the very
99,
least.
99. Bitch.
My name's Ohio State, and this is me
I would love to
before
see.
the
I would love to see a before and after side by side of how big their guts are, before and after.
99 challenge. I'm Ohio State, and this is the 99.
His face looks. Look at that. Look at the difference. But look at his face. Look at the difference in how bloated his face is. This is him now.
The 99
All right, look at this.
challenge. I'm Ohio.
Look at this. That is beer and nitrates from hot dogs. Look at how much rounder his face is. That is freaking hilarious.
State, and this is me after the 99 challenge.
And he's little.
So you can see they all got
He's. I
rolled
mean, he's
pretty
much.
good.
Slighter.
I think this is brilliant.
Oh my
I love everything
god.
about this.
I don't like
Now
you
this-
right
You
now.
love everything about this, even the fucking vomiting. That's
It's
gross.
so funny. It is
No,
That's
so
hilarious.
it's not funny.
So
Please
this
show
whole
it,
thing-
please.
No, Phoenix.
no.
Uh.
Now. I'm
Oh.
gonna run. I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
run. I'm gonna leave.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it.
Just gonna do it. Do it, Craig. No, don't do it.
I'm ready to eat.
I don't like you right now.
Not while I have water in my
can't hear it.
mouth.
I can't see you.
Listen, don't be mad at me. Be mad at
Is it
Phoenix.
good
Okay,
now?
yeah, let's
I
check
can
the
come back?
tally
Phoenix was the
here.
one.
Okay.
Phoenix was the one.
Oh my
which is-
God.
which is
I
great.
hate you.
Anyways,
Hey,
here's the
Tavio.
final stats. You can
Been a
see,
minute.
You can see
What's going
what
on?
They all ate right here.
As you can
This
tell, we're
one
not
guy
doing
had
ASMR
18
anymore. We're just watching videos. How's life?
beers and 13 hot dogs. 18 beers, 13 hot dogs.
Oh my god.
Some of these guys double doubles here. 10 beers, 10 hot dogs. This guy 9 beers, 9 dogs. This girl came in, had a hot dog, helped out a little bit. They had 104 beers and 99 dogs. They accomplished the goal. They
God.
did hit it despite
went over.
throwing up.
All right, again. They said what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 people, 4 of whom had No beers? Okay. I mean, still,
They
though, that's
puked and
crazy.
rallied. So look,
Ugh,
I appreciate the bit.
ridiculous.
I thought it was really, really funny.
I mean, that's a
don't
viral
know.
video,
I think
man.
it's shit.
No, it's funny stuff. I think it's great. Really, really.
People throwing
It
up
is funny.
from
Well, no,
eating
they
stuff.
Oh my
committed.
God.
They committed to the bit
They
the
did.
entire time, and to get 13
They
people
really
in
did.
to make this happen, I think it was really, really funny.
Mhm.
Vera, are you upset at me for showing that?
Kind of.
See?
Aw.
That's disgusting.
I
You-
didn't like that.
No.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, this was a video for the boys. Absolutely, this was a video for the boys. But obviously, it doesn't work as well if it's just the boys, because the boys are just gonna laugh. You know, we
Show
needed a
me
girl to
puke.
freak out.
So
to make this a
Eric
fun
in the chat
video.
Like
says
a new contract.
Okay. Eric says 99, 99, 9. So it's 99 beers, 99 hot dogs over 9 innings. And this whole thing stemmed from a single person challenge of, it was actually a 999 challenge where it was 9 hot dogs, 9
Yeah.
beers over 9 innings. And doing that by yourself is a pretty big task. So
I would imagine
maybe
it
we
is.
can make that happen there. Blabs Rivera.
I would love to know. All right. I wonder if we could figure out how long that actual,
during the
game was.
Lego build stream.
because that is
we're gonna
definitely
do.
the thing.
No. You
No?
will never see me eating a hot dog on a stream.
No,
Really?
I agree.
Ever.
I'm good on that.
The meme potential's too
So
high.
as somebody who has 8 hot dogs on stream,
Yeah.
no big deal. You're just overthinking it right now.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gay.
It's a hot dog. It's a hot dog. It is what it is. Anyways, great
Ugh.
bit. Kudos to those folks. Great stuff. Mike Short
Hilarious.
says that was the strongest stream I've ever seen come out of one person.
That was
Listen,
true.
there's
He
more.
he had some real force coming behind that. He had some real legitimate, like, strong diaphragm contractions. That was fire hose
I'll
level.
post it over on X. It's great.
Oh.
Christmas loving engineer says I've already puked within the last 24 hours. This isn't helping, Craig. Why'd you puke in the last 24 hours?
Maybe he was sick.
Go a little too hard last night. Commodore
it's
fan
just
says
sick.
it's dude bro humor, and I'm all
Mhm,
for it. That's
mhm.
right. It was
I'm not a
excellent.
dude.
Come on, bro.
No.
Ranger George says showing puking on showing people puking on the show. You're fired, Craig. Sorry, Ranger
Precisely.
George.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's a funny bit.
It
How
is.
are you still alive?
Oh, okay. I was wondering
yeah.
if Kirsha was going to show up because she's in the thumbnail. They probably do multiple thumbnails, but I was
Speaking
wondering if
of
they were baiting me.
I've been holding on to this video here.
Oh,
before we
we're
get to
doing it
hard
again?
news. Blabs, I just simply said, do not show this to Blabs. Because
Yeah.
do you remember a couple days ago when there was something that I
No.
showed on screen? What was it that I showed on
No.
screen that you were like,
You
hey,
really for sure throw up and vomit on screen. I will not
Mhm.
be taking part of this again.
No. There is no throw up or vomit on screen here. None.
Are you
Okay.
lying?
Mm-mm.
I'm not lying. All right. So Kirsten, just
You're
just a little
evading
background.
though.
Last week there was a wonderful funny bit that this group called
Mm-hmm.
Barstool Sports did, where they went to a baseball game and there was like 13 or 14 of the guys, and they had to have 99 hot dogs and drink 99 beers in the 9-inning baseball game. So naturally, what happened is like they get through like 6 or 7 innings, they're just like just all over the place, right?
Uh-huh.
It was brilliant, and we showed it to Blabs, and Blabs'
You know what?
reaction was,
I didn't even think about that. I did not think about the fact that they actually have to probably go harder than they wanted to. Because if it's a challenge, that means that you need to get the full thing done in 9 innings. And you don't know how fast. I mean, maybe the last 2 innings go incredibly quickly. And I suppose there's, what is it? Like, isn't there like a rule where it's like you can go 7 innings and then like that's it in baseball? Like the 7th inning stretch. I forget what the heck. I don't know the rules of baseball that well. But I guess, I mean, technically, if that happens, you'd say, all right, challenge invalidated. But yeah, there is that aspect of, you've actually got a time clock on you. You can't just be averaging it out because you don't know how long each inning is going to last. That's true. Interesting. That does make it more interesting, doesn't it?
Vara had the same reaction too. She's like, "Why the fuck you showing us this?"
Plus,
Well-
all you gotta do to motivate them is be like, there's a woman out there who took over 1,000 cocks in one night, and you can't even do 99 hot dogs. What are you, a little bitch? That'll get him to eat them,
yeah, Blabs.
That'll
do it.
I don't know. That might be putting that might be anthropomorphizing those hot dogs into genitals, and maybe they're a little bit less
so I found this
interested
video and
all of a
immediately thought
sudden.
of Blabs. So
No thanks.
here we go. Look, Blabs is this lady back here.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Oh my gosh, stop. Oh my gosh, stop.
Might cut open all these gag sticks and guess one in together.
Oh, this is funny now. This is
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Oh
These
god.
girls can't hear the retching sound, so if they hear it, they retch too. Is
Yeah.
that what
Yes,
the thing is?
that's
Okay.
There
Hilarious.
are certain sounds that the one girl can't hear, and this girl,
Uh.
Pink, can't hear the. Otherwise, she starts to
No, we're good.
as well, which is, you know, this is how I thought of why I thought of you, Blabs.
Stop. There's people here. There's people here.
There it is.
That one's so good, dude.
That's how you torture
That's
someone.
so
That's
bad.
so bad. Wow.
God, I mean, and like that's so bad.
Look at the look on
Wow.
her face.
Oh
Her face
my
is
god.
like,
She's like, no, you're not gonna do this
What they're
again.
doing.
That's so bad. Damn.
That is so
she
rough.
knows it's coming.
Oh my god, that's rough.
Like, I feel
That is
so bad for
terrible.
it, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
See.
Oh, videotaping.
They know who you are. Yeah, they do.
Oh my
Come on.
No.
Sooner you do it, sooner you go. There
Oh
she
my
is. One more for the kids.
One more for the kids. That's awful. That is
I've
just
never
mean.
seen that before. Like
picking on your
I-
wife is fun.
I do the like bleh when I
Oh
smell
my God.
something really
That's
bad,
funny.
right? Like I can't help it.
Oh
Like
my God.
when Tim would walk his dog, no matter it doesn't matter how often he washes this thing. By the way, it's just like I think the outside just smells bad. So whenever the dog would come back in, the way the dog would smell would just like trigger me to start coughing and like I would start gagging.
That's a
I
rough
couldn't
dog.
help it. And so I'd had to start stuffing my face inside a candle whenever he brought the dog back in from outside. Otherwise, I would just start retching. It's just completely involuntary. So I guess instead of sound triggers, mine are like smell triggers.
I think that's more normal.
It's brilliant. I've never. I mean, you can see why I thought of you, Blabs.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Good thing is I don't do that when like those toys. I don't do the retching sound for
Yeah,
toys.
that is
That's
so
insane.
sensitized. My
No.
god, that is like that is intense. And that's got to be psychosomatic. I mean, that's just there's no way that's not like 100% psychosomatic. You've got, you know, some weird auditory trigger that's just psychologically coded. I don't think anyone is so sensitized to, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe they are, because I mean, you figure the like simultaneous vomiting thing, there is an evolutionary advantage to that, which is if somebody, you know, you're eating in a tribe, you're going to be eating relatively probably the same meals. If someone over here starts gagging and puking and you don't feel sick yet, that means that, you know, whatever you're eating hasn't taken effect yet. So if you're all eating, you know, like food poisoned food, then that other person throwing up triggers you to throw up. You're not getting sick. You're just ejecting the bad food before, and therefore you're going to be less weak. You're just not going to have the food in your stomach. So there is some utility to that, which is interesting. So I do wonder, you know what? I do wonder about that. I wonder how, you know, sensitized you should be.
Oh, you don't. No.
No,
'Cause I think it
it's
is.
just seeing the vomit and the saliva and all. What? No.
Ugh.
It's a big fat no. Which
One
is so
day.
weird because, like, no, literally, I like stuck my hand up a cow's hoo-ha and everything, right, for
Sure.
act stuff. But like seeing vomit, that's where the line is crossed apparently.
Why
Like,
did you
what?
fist a cow?
Oh, because it was the first
farm
time
stuff.
for her to ever like give birth.
Yeah.
So we were
Oh.
checking to make sure she was okay, and I felt the hoof of the little calf inside. I was like, "It's
Mhm.
nice to meet you. See you
Do
soon."
you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to put your hand in there to like puncture the
No.
what is that thing called? The sac with all the fluid in it.
Placenta.
No, it was just to make sure she would be okay. Like I've also done it with pigs, but like it was the after effect, right? So like the pig had given birth, and I had like this giant like glove all the way up with lube and everything, and I went all the way in, and I was like, nope, there's no more, because they was afraid that there would be a piglet still in there because she didn't seem to be doing well. So like, what's the matter?
Hey, Blab.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Blabs, share my screen, Phoenix.
That's
This
good
is what I
form
think when
stuff.
I hear that.
Oh god.
Good farm stuff.
As long as I don't smell it, I'll be fine.
Bring it, take it away, take it away, Craig, your dick, take it away.
Wait, this is a perfect opportunity for me to bring up my favorite vomit
Get
video.
rid of that, Phoenix, help girl out. What are you doing?
I love the drool. It's hilarious. You know what it reminds me of? This is going to be completely hilarious if anyone in the chat will also recognize this. It's like the Hoof GP. Whenever the cows are in the crush, they have those huge, giant, stringy blobs of mucus and saliva coming out of their nose and mouth. Because apparently cows salivate when they're stressed out. I didn't know that, but that reminds me of that. That's hilarious.
No.
So you see, we're in the like
Nice
golden
and no
era of
vomit over
YouTubing,
there?
right? Like we can
Can I
just
come
chill
back now?
here.
The golden
just chill
era of
here?
YouTube. Come on. Kirsty, you know that's not true.
And like people just enjoy us for us, right? But back in the day, in the dark times of streaming, you had to like do some crazy stuff to get donos,
That's true.
right?
That's
And
true.
I like talking about
That's accurate.
Only Use Me Blade. Do you
that?
know what he is notorious for in any way?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
Who-
Well, Only Use Me Blade was a streamer, and he.
Only use me blade.
I don't know how it happened, but he started getting like a hole in one of his legs, and it started rotting. Maybe it's like diabetes or something. I don't know how
Okay,
it happened.
now I
but
kinda
know he
think
had
I
a leg
remember
hole.
this.
And there was a guy with him in a camper when they were doing a stream at one point, and someone donoed like $100 or something to get the guy to pour hot sauce in the rotting leg hole and lick it off. And the guy did it and immediately vomited.
Shocking.
Yeah, you would think.
Shocking.
One day,
Oh
real
my
quick. One day, when we're all brave enough, Blabs, I have a video. If anyone out in the chat used to listen to or watch Opie and Anthony, there was a thing called the Baby Bird Challenge. That is the peak of the most nauseating thing you will ever see in your life. And I say,
I'm good, thank you.
I
think
we
I
need to
got
watch
it.
I'm not doing it. I will not be
I think
sick
I understand it.
for you.
No, thank you.
Not
Is this
happening.
what?
Yeah.
Is this what it sounds like? The idea that you are you're like chewing it up, then you transfer it to somebody else.
It's someone who had to drink an enormous amount of eggnog and then transfer it to someone else. And for about 6 minutes, it's just one single stream in the guy's mouth.
I'm not.
I was so upset when on Fish Tank they took away the alcohol. And then they gave one bottle to that one guy, Freddie, that's his name. They gave one bottle to Freddie, and I fucking TTS'd in. I was like, look, you know, the way that you can give other people shots without breaking the rules is you baby bird it to them. And he was all down for the idea, and then the producers took the bottle. I was making content, and then they fucked it up. I was so upset.
Classic.
We know what you did to those girls, Freddie. The truth will come out.
Freddie.
I thought he was going to talk about Filthy Frank, because that stuff was also
All
rough,
right, look, we've
which I have not watched.
fooled
and I'm
around for
not
about an
looking
hour now.
forward
This has
to
been
watch
good.
it.
What are we doing? What's happening?
This is listen. This is what our show is slowly transforming into. It's
Could
just
be.
everyone hanging out.
Into, yeah.
Yeah, devolving. Yes, and I got to be honest, kind of here for it. Super fun. It's become a hangout place.
As long as there's no puke, I'm down.
Well, hey, by the way, I did pull
You
up the
can't
video
put that
of the,
kind of
the
limits on.
guy. You can actually see the thumbnail here. Look at the thumbnail, Blabs.
Huh?
Is that what you're this right here? See this one?
No, that was
Look at the
pouring Jaeger on the leg hole.
Is that Mercenary's leg?
The one that I was talking about was the hot sauce in the leg hole. Let me see if I can find the video.
Let's not. Why?
The leg
Well,
holes.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine, Kirsha. Thanks so much, man.
Oh wait, it's already purple on my browser. It's like the first link there.
And let's remind Kirsha, if you want to send that link, just put it in the little chat bubble down there, and then we'll be able to share it. So just then.
Yeah, I would go to like
Got it.
1 minute 10 seconds in the video.
Yeah.
Why do you guys hate hate me so much.
Yeah, go to 1 minute
Yeah, we're
10
good.
seconds. I think is when they like start.
Oh, that's
Are
cool.
we gonna get like hit for this for
Probably.
watching this?
You shouldn't. I mean,
scuffed.
puke is
Ah.
TOS on Twitch, but you've already broached that, so.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh
Let
no.
me put this stuff over here.
Oh,
I'm
what
just
is
gonna
he
put this
doing?
right
Yeah,
here.
he's putting the hot sauce in
This
the
is
gangrenous
hilarious.
leg hole.
This is so good. Oh my god. This is great content. If you're here from the ASMR stuff.
It makes it so much better that he's wearing a fucking
Oh,
Hawaiian
God.
shirt too.
I love that it's totally.
I think he's gonna have a good time.
Oh my
he
god,
goes
I
back
do
to
like that
Hawaii.
it's muted. That's hilarious. Oh my
Where'd
god,
Black
yes,
go?
definitely do mute it.
Where'd you go?
That's for sure.
Is it
think
okay
she
to come
died.
back now? Can you get rid of it? Please?
Yeah.
You guys
Come
already
on,
muted
YouTube
it.
AI. You're not gonna be able to know
I
what's
think he's getting
happening.
back at you for the car battery story.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Thank you, Kirsha. Appreciate that. That's
Fantastic.
wonderful. Obey your digital overlords.
I can't. Well, no, we'll look.
Watch this video right here that YouTube suggested for you.
Should I? Should I? Nintendo screwing you again? All right, Craig.
Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2.
You
'cause
tell me
Blaz
to.
Is
I have to.
incredibly upset about everything that's been
I'm
going
glad
on.
I'm
I just
zipping
think
past
they're
the ads.
shit,
That's
man.
nice.
She is so mad at Nintendo. It's crazy.
Okay. Nintendo's screwing you again. Dude, who's playing Nintendo? I'll be honest, like, it breaks my heart to think that Nintendo was like a well-respected company because I didn't play I played one game on the Switch and I bought it because I was like flush with cash in a crappy job that I hated and I was like, let me get rid of this blood money. So I'm gonna overpay for a Switch 1 bundle with Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna play it and I'll be able to get some enjoyment out of my day, right? I mean, I think Breath of the Wild was okay, but I just abandoned everything that I really liked about the Legend of Zelda series, which was the Metroidvania aspects. That stuff's gone. And therefore, it's now just like an Ubisoft open world game with a cel-shaded aesthetic, ostensibly with some Zelda lore, I guess, maybe, kinda, sorta. And then I don't like the weapons degrading. That's always annoying. I don't like that in Skyrim, where that's like you have a skill for armory that like repairs it. And that's I don't like it, man. I don't like. Hey, I worked really hard to get this weapon, but it only has 5 hits in it, so I can't use it. That, I hate it. I hate that because you end up using crappy weapons 100% of the time, so you don't use up your good ones. And then when you do use your good ones, like you're gonna end up like destroyed because you're using them on like an enemy that's super powerful. So you're gonna end up dying and then using up all your consumables. I hated it. But that was the only game that I played, right? Who is playing games on the Switch? Are you using it as like a Game Boy? Are you taking the Switch around on buses and stuff? Because I gotta imagine, like, if you're doing that, you've had your Switch stolen at some point. You know, if you're going on like a public bus or you're walking around in your neighborhood, unless you're in one of the, rural areas of America or Europe or something like that, where you maybe don't have these problems, you're gonna get mugged for your couple $100 Switch. Okay? So who is playing Nintendo? Who is playing it? What games are out there that I really wanted to play? Apparently none of them enough for me to, get the Switch back. I basically gave it to my brother. And he's just had it forever. I don't think he's playing it either. But yeah, Nintendo trying to get more money out of me.
Let's first start off by saying the Nintendo Switch 2 is selling like crazy. It has sold 6 million
I'm
units
wrong, apparently.
in 7 weeks. It is the biggest launch of any video game system
Insane.
ever.
Ridiculous.
Which I did not anticipate this.
I was going to ask if you were. I'm
Completely
shocked
ridiculous.
by this. I did not think it was going
No.
to be this big. Certainly not the biggest console
Why?
seller of all time.
I don't understand it.
That's crazy.
Not at all. Not more or less for an upgrade of the Switch 1. Did not see this happening at all. The bundle with Mario Kart World has sold.
Okay, so why do we think that's happening? Do we think it's literally just the fact that Nintendo has a stranglehold on your nostalgia? You know, like that's it. Like it's got the most direct pipeline to your, you know, serotonin secreting nostalgia centers. I kind of imagine that's the case, and people are so demoralized now that anything that might even possibly pop that secretion button is just like, I'm going to give you however much money you want, whatever it takes. Please help me out of this hole.
5.6 million units globally. So there's over 5 million people who have Mario Kart World over here. It's just insane.
Ridiculous.
They're going like crazy. Switch 2 hardware sales totaled 1.27 million units in Japan in Q1.
Okay.
2 million units in the Americas. It's going nuts. But
I was wondering how much Japan, because Japan, obviously Nintendo does very well in Japan. They have a built-in market there, and that's a big, huge, giant thing that they can rely on. I was thinking it would be more, but then again, Japan's not the biggest country in the world. I'm actually wondering, yeah, I don't know what the population of Japan is.
There's been an update here.
But I mean, can't
for
be
the
that
original
huge.
Nintendo Switch. And Blabs, I'm going to let you go ahead and read
Okay.
this.
All right, so this comes from actually like the Nintendo website, posted today, effective today, well, effective the 3rd. Pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems and products will change in the United States based on market conditions effective August 3rd, 2025, aka Sunday. These include Nintendo Switch OLED model, Nintendo Switch Lite, and select
Good
Nintendo
Lord, there's
Switch
a lot.
accessories. Other Nintendo products, including certain Nintendo Switch 2 accessories, select Amiibo, and the Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo will also see
Alarmo.
adjustments. Pricing for the Nintendo Switch 2 system, physical and digital Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as Nintendo Switch Online memberships, will remain unchanged at this time. However, this is where it's funny. Please note that price adjustments may be necessary in the future.
What does that mean?
What's interesting is that the price of Nintendo Switch consoles on Target website have gone up.
I was gonna say, yeah, did it go up or
You see
down?
the price
Had
of
to have been
Nintendo
up, right?
Switch, $340 right here.
Oh
The
my
OLED
God.
model, $400. Very rarely do you see a console that's been out for 7 years
Exactly.
go up in price.
What
Yeah.
the fuck? You're supposed to be clearing this out. You're supposed to be selling everything else that you have left over to be only focusing on your Switch 2, your new product. What is with these people?
I
And
mean,
they're all
well-
blaming it on like the whole Trump tariffs and everything. It's insane. It's like these people were gonna do it anyway because they're greedy little shitheads, and they've been increasing the price this entire time. It's insane. It's so stupid.
Now, as the counterpoint to that, look, they're pricing it for what people will pay. You know, you can't completely blame them. I mean, obviously, it sucks if you're a consumer, okay? And as a consumer, you should fight back by not buying their stuff. But the companies are always going to charge what they think they can get out of it. You know, that's what everybody's going to do. All right, they're going to charge at minimum what it costs to make it, or at the very least, you know, what they think is going to be necessary to cover it. Because a lot of times these companies, I guess Nintendo Switch might be different because the Switch is such a non-powerful machine, but most of the time when you're releasing, you know, a new Xbox, a new PlayStation, you lose money on the console. The console is a super powerful PC, and you lose money on the console to make money on the games. And therefore, you know, you're going to basically always try to get as much possible, you know, revenue in for the consoles to offset that, you know, cost of making it as you think you can get. And if you think, you know what, $600 is going to price a lot of people out, they're not going to buy it for $600, we'll make it $500, even though it costs $1,000 to make. We'll lose that extra $100 if we think more people are going to buy it, and therefore more people will buy games, which have a much higher profit margin. So, I mean, Nintendo's greedy. Yeah, so's everybody.
So stupid.
Yeah, you know, RGT of all folks, says, are y'all falling for the market conditions excuse, or have you woken up yet? Over here, he says, y'all talking about tariffs on a system that came out in 2017.
Exactly.
Not about that.
Right here.
What the fuck are we doing? Like, this
Matt,
is stupid.
Matt, can you think of a product that's come out that's been out for over half a decade that decided to raise its price?
No. So dumb.
Well, as of right now, the Nintendo Switch has sold 152 million units. So
52.
it's as far as the list of the
million.
best-selling consoles of all time.
Is that crazy?
Right now, the Nintendo Switch 2, is now sold 153 million
Yikes,
units.
man. PS2 still reigning
It's
supreme.
7 million
Thank God.
behind the PlayStation 2 all time. I gotta think it's gonna pass it, right?
Probably will.
At this point,
Woof.
it's gonna pass. I mean, because I expected
That's
the Nintendo
rough.
Switch to see a big bump in sales because of the Switch 2, and my thought was
You're gonna
I got
drop the
played for
price.
this, and maybe everyone who played me is 100% right. I'll take the L on this if this is the case. But my thought was that your general parents are going to go to the store and they're going to see a Switch 1 or a Switch 2 for $600. And they're going to see a Switch 1 for
Right.
$300, and they're going to buy the Switch 1 instead of the Switch 2.
Yes.
Right? That obviously has not happened, right? As the Switch 2 is selling like freaking hotcakes. But I do think that you're still going to see a jump in Switch 2 sales. So do we think that the Switch 1 will overtake the PlayStation 2 for the most sold console of all time?
Not if they're increasing the prices.
That's
Yeah, I mean, it's
literally
7
going
million.
down
I
about-
think there's
Yeah,
going to be a
they're
drop
increase
off.
it.
I don't
Do you
think they're going
This
to.
is strategy so that doesn't happen, and people are forced to buy the Switch 2. Because that seems kind of stupid.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
You're gonna
thinking.
make money either way.
To try and help avoid market confusion for parents and the fact you can't find a Switch 2 out there. I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my head around it because it
I don't
doesn't
know.
make any
I don't
sense.
see it.
It doesn't make any sense, but yes, even Sony did this a couple months ago. Do you guys remember that? They raised the price of the PlayStation 5.
In select markets, yep.
Yeah, it's like, well, what are you doing, dude? Like, how many did you even sell of those? You don't have any games. Why are you increasing the prices? It's nuts to me.
There's no
I don't know.
games. None. I
Yeah.
bought a Pro.
And I mean, I will say again, like at this point, the Nintendo Switch is obsolete. You know, if you were going to buy a computer with the processing power of the Nintendo Switch, or you know, the PlayStation 4 or 5 or whatever the last generation of PlayStation was, that computer would be obsolete. It would be very, very incredibly, you know, it would be like what, 3, 4 generations behind in terms of like chip technology and all that stuff. And therefore, you know, they're cheaper to produce if anybody's producing them. And I don't know what the actual, you know, market is on that. I don't know if you can switch out your factory to make older chips and, you know, they're cheaper because they have, you know, less transistors and stuff in them. And therefore, you know, you can pump out 2 or 3 or 4 of them in the time it takes to make, you know, one modern chip. Or if it takes the exact same amount of time, but because they're older, they, you know, are worth less. I don't know. I have no clue on that. I would love to know if there is a legitimate difference between that. Obviously, an older NVIDIA graphics card costs less than a new one. But how much less does it take to actually produce one? I don't know. I
I'm
don't
the
know.
one guy. The one guy. who
Phoenix
bought
is
a
the
Pro.
one guy.
That's it. And there's nothing to play on it. Zero.
No.
No.
My husband just sent me a message. He was like, I wonder if we should get a Switch. Because he's watching right now.
We should probably get a Switch before they raise the prices
Yeah, you
more.
have
Definitely.
until Sunday.
Yeah,
Because that's when the price hike starts on
So I
Sunday.
just said, let's get one.
Go to Best Buy and get one right now.
That's right. Definitely not
can do
Target,
it.
as they've already increased the price.
Yeah, which is really unfair because it's supposed to be starting on Sunday. So how is it they already getting away with it? I don't know. I find that pretty shitty.
Because it's
but-
Target.
I don't want to be
Market
blocking the
conditions.
crap out of this thing.
Yeah,
Let me
Market
see if I can-
conditions. Target, the high class Target or the high class Walmart. You know, I'm
There
looking
we
at
go.
this. I was looking at this a little bit deeper. This is crazy to me. The Switch has sold 153 million units.
That is insane.
153. I don't know if you guys saw. like when the Super Nintendo and the NES were released, it was it was crazy, right? That's all anybody wanted was an NES or a Super Nintendo, specifically Super Nintendo when it came out.
Yeah.
Did you know? I can't even believe I'm
60
saying
million, right? I think it's 60 million for the Super Nintendo. Right?
The NES only sold 62 million units.
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo sold less than 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean, video games are mainstream. Video games are mainstream now. There is a legitimate, like, there are a ton of dude bros who play, Mario Kart, Mario Party, and that's it. Or, they're going to get FIFA. They're going to get Madden. And therefore, they got to get the new system to play the new version of, whatever sports game or fighting game or racing game. That's their thing. And therefore, there's going to be a lot of people who buy consoles who buy, those games, and that's it. They're buying Call of Duty, and that's it. As opposed to every single person that bought a Super Nintendo and played the crap out of it because they were gamers. Same with an NES. Same with these things. And he's doing a little bit of editorializing. Everyone wanted it. No, not everybody. Everybody who was a gamer wanted it, but not everybody.
mind-blowing. The N64 sold 33 million. Holy shnikes. I had if the Switch 2 came out and sold 33 million units, it would be laughed out the freaking gym for selling only 33 million units.
And it doesn't add up because
there's a lot of
everyone
tourists.
has an old Nintendo. Like in our age bracket up to 20 years old.
But
of
it's
course.
everybody
It's the original or super, yeah.
You're a
Everyone has
specific
them.
kind of
Everyone,
person.
and I'm always stunned by how small those numbers were.
Look at this is actually super interesting. Okay, the original Nintendo, 62 million units. The follow-up, 49 million units. The follow-up to that, 33 million units. The follow-up to that, the GameCube, 21 million units. The follow-up to that, 13 million units.
It's not the Wii U.
When you look at the trajectory of Nintendo
It's the Wii,
all
then
the
the
way
Wii U.
through the Wii U, it was a giant
the Wii?
slide down. Like that's not a marginal. That is a massive slide down. And that's what makes the Wii.
Okay, let's see. There's the Wii. There's the Wii. The Wii actually was, it's 100 million. That was the big jump. And then the Wii U,
unbelievably
which was
spectacular, selling 101 million units, which literally revived Nintendo.
That's why nobody bought a Wii U, because the Wii U is exactly the same as the Wii.
And over the span of a couple of years, that is crazy to think. And then you see, obviously, they were carried by their handhelds, Game Boy, DS, over there for such a long time.
And I guess, I guess that is the thing where it's like the Switch is a hybrid. It's a handheld and a thing, because I guess I'm trying to think, are there any other like super specific handheld Nintendos, like a DS or a Game Boy? I don't think there is. I think it's just the Switch now. So I guess you figure everybody who was buying the handheld Nintendo stuff has to buy a Switch, and everyone who is buying the console, the home console, has to buy a Switch. I guess that's true.
I've always
very
thought of Nintendo as like a traditional home console, but I'm an idiot because having the handhelds was the way to go for Nintendo. It was selling 154 million units there.
Well, they're so much
120
cheaper.
for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. I'm sure the GBA's in there as well. But and then obviously the Switch.
Don't you remember that every new console that came out from N64
What's up,
on,
Shadow?
you always
What's
heard
going
it in
on?
the news, like, is this Nintendo's final console? They were always spelling disaster for Nintendo because it was that downward trajectory. And it was only until you could kind of see what they were doing. It was the handhelds that carried them afloat, and then they decided to lean away against trying to keep up with the market. They were fighting through Sega, they were fighting through Sony, and they decided, what we're going to do.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but it's also because they were the only handheld name in the game, I mean, I guess you eventually had like a PSP. Did Sega have a handheld console? I don't remember that they did. So if they did, it was so poorly marketed that I don't even, as a nerdy gamer guy, I don't even remember it. Yeah, so you had your PSP, which never did very well because, again, the handheld market was so captured by Nintendo. And it's captured by Nintendo because they were the only name in the game.
do our own thing, and that paid off for them. And ever since they decided to do that from the Wii on, they were successful, minus the Wii U, of course. That was like a black sheep. But when they decided to lean in on their own innovations as opposed to trying to contend with the market, they wound up succeeding.
Did Blabs, you think this is just strictly greed from Nintendo?
100%. This is all about greed. This is not. The tariffs are an excuse. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, thanks, Orange Man. The Dawn did this. Orange Man bad. It's like, no. The companies are the greedy ones. Why aren't you taking it up with them? They're literally just trying to pocket as much money as possible every single chance they get without being reasonable to their consumers.
Blabs on the Nintendo hate train.
I'm not even on the. I don't even hate any of these, right? I think they all have done great things in their respective companies. It's just you're fucking greedy. You are.
Yeah.
Meg, you got anything to close out on that? Or are you going to go get a Switch before it goes up in price?
I mean, probably will.
It's working.
I mean, I'm curious, but I'm curious about this. How many different variations of Nintendo consoles, handhelds have come out versus, say, Sony?
Okay, let's think. There's Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Then I think it's DS. Yes, I remember you, Shadow. Then there's, let's see. Okay, so there's DS. Then is it 3DS? And I feel like there's like there's like DSi or something like that. It's like 7. And then I don't know. And then, I mean, there might have been like other, like, you know, DS Slim, DS Lite, something. Yeah. So you figure 7? At least 7.
So they've all had a lot of different iterations of their consoles, whether it's pro models, whether it's a different
I don't count those.
skin or color or whatever on on like Nintendo, they had different. They
What you been up to, Shadow?
Right?
Yeah.
Enjoying the weekend?
A lot of cosmetic
But
stuff.
as far as like the actual like technology of each individual thing.
Yeah, for the PlayStation, specifically like the PlayStation 3 and 4, and I guess to a lesser extent 5, as hard drives got bigger and cheaper to do, they would put bigger hard drives into the consoles themselves. So they'd have different models there.
They have slim models, things like that too.
Right. A little more aesthetically pleasing. So that'd be interesting to see how many models there were of the PlayStation 4 and 5 and the 3. Because I know there was probably
that's true.
6 or 7 models of the 3, I believe, just over the course of its lifetime. So it's not a standard. It's not an abnormal thing. Nintendo will definitely release a Switch 2 Pro or an OLED model down the line or something like that that has a better screen.
They were mentioning
that is more sleek or something. I don't know. They'll do something.
Yes,
midway through
enjoying
its
your
life
weekend.
cycle to
Very
kinda
good.
push it
I'm
over the
glad.
edge. That's what they did with the Switch as well. So
I remember was it the PlayStation 3? They had one model where you had like the wands. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Move, the PlayStation Move.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
They kind of tried to
right.
do the Wii thing. We got that one. We got the one that came with the wands. It was so janky. But
You're the one.
I'm a PlayStation girly, so
Oh man, and obviously Microsoft had the Kinect and the camera, the Kinect
That's
thing.
true.
That was such a,
Yes.
everyone was like, "Oh, motion controls, they're so cool," and it was like the
Yeah.
trend.
It was bad.
Commodore fan says, "I have a love-hate relationship with Nintendo. I love the games, but with how they have been acting on prices, it makes me not want a Switch 2 right now."
Yeah.
I think
They're spitting in your
that's
face.
been probably
You
the
know?
biggest realization for me is the idea that like Nintendo is Disney, like
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
And
It's rough.
that's tough because I liked Disney for a long time and I liked I like all that stuff for a long time. It's tough. So clips of the show all the time.
No. We already watched that one. All right. So, I mean, Nintendo's screwing you again. My wrap-up final thoughts here. Is this greed that they're bumping the price even though the Nintendo Switch 2 is selling like hotcakes on the Switch? Now, it's only Target. They did only show that Target is the one that bumped up their prices, and therefore, it's not necessarily true that across the board everybody's going to do this. It might just be that Target, for some reason is getting a smaller supply and therefore wants to up their price. It probably is the case that we can extrapolate, If target price goes up, all the other prices are going to go up. That's true. Is it possible that there is a limited supply of like chips to make these things? Yes. However, are they making that many new switches, or are they just going through, their warehouse backlog of, yeah, hey, we've got, 10 million switches in a warehouse somewhere and we're just shipping them out. We already have an order in to this factory to make the switches, to assemble them, to do all that kind of stuff. We're just going through the backlog of supply stuff. That's probably true, and I don't think that stuff is going to be, massively throttled by any kind of tariffs. It could be, but I mean, again, we've heard tariff, and I guess it's maybe. I mean, personally, I would say I don't think I've seen an enormous jump in prices because of tariffs, and I think according to the data, if there is an effect, it's very minor, and obviously, I'm kind of mixed on the opinion of like whether or not they're a good idea in terms of how it, projects American power across the world or how it enriches the lives of American people. I'm for it if it works, but I don't know if, it's going to work. But that being said, Nintendo's greedy. Yeah, so is everybody. If you were hoping and banking on a company only looking out for your best interests in your pocketbook and your wallet, yeah, it's probably not going to work out well for you. That being said, I think they are overplaying their hand. Obviously, not so much that people are not buying the crap out of their stuff, but hopefully people will wake up and go, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to waste my money on this anymore. That would be my general hope.